Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when I feel like at o'clock. And I'm doing the last three of the first round for the NHL playoffs. I'm doing this because I am Pearl of Wisdom, and you're listening to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom. That's why. Uh, if you're enjoying this fine programming, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll send you a my NHL Pearls of Wisdom necklace via um, boomerang. I'll attach it to a boomerang and I'll throw it out the window. I can do that. It's got a little thing sensor on it, like almost like a Google Maps, and you just turn it to like wherever you live, and it just goes right to you. So you just stand out there and wait, and it'll come to you. So do that. Also hit the notification belly thingamajigger, I guess, because they tell me to tell you to do that for some reason. Okay. Anyways. I just did Toronto Boston. You might want to check that out. I also did all of yesterday's games, and you can utilize those fine pearls as you will. Go do so. Okay, here we go. Colorado and Calgary. This is a tough playoff this year because all of these games are tough. There's only one reason why this game is tough. Actually, there's only one real reason. Two maybe. Calgary doesn't really have anything to combat McKinnon. Monahan's great, but I wouldn't say he's a guy that's going to combat McKinnon. Backlund is a very good defensive centerman, but still, I wouldn't call him elite. That's going to make it a little difficult. If I were Colorado, actually, they're trying to keep up with Calgary's depth by the looks of these lines here. If this is what the lines that they go with, they split up Kerfoot and they split up Rantanen and put him on the second line with Soderberg and Colin Wilson somewhere through the season. So that might not be the case. The coach might just like it this way, but I would put that high power Rantanen, McKinnon, Landeskog back together periodically all through this because. Especially if you can go against their lower lines with that, it's a power that the Calgary Flames are going to have a very hard time to negate, and I would use it as much as possible because man for man, I would say Calgary's got the better team, depth at forward and certainly at defense. There's only one problem. There's only one problem. The second problem. I already said there was two problems, and I'm saying there's one. All right, I need a nap, but I'll do so after the video. They're putting Smith in net. Apparently, Smith is playing tonight. What the hell is that? Rittich has outplayed him all year long. This idea, and I love Peters. I think he's a fantastic coach. I think he's a little too old school. The old school thinking is you always go for the senior guy because it gives more credibility to those that are trying to work their way up the lineup. It's something like that. It's if the senior guy has to sit down, it kind of takes the wind out of the sails out of everybody because people don't like to see a guy that's played in the league and well respected have to sit. But in this case, you gotta go with the guy that's been the best goaltender. I think I'm pretty sure Calgary's gonna lose this game tonight with Smith in net. Honestly, I mean he could have he's played better down the stretch, but would I say he played well? No. I think he had a 9.17 save percentage or something like that. A little bit above average, but Rittich just outplayed him. As you can tell, I generally don't go with numbers all that much because I'm pretty much a procrastinator and fairly lazy. So I kind of know what they are in my head, and you can go look them up. Do I gotta do everything? Jeez. Okay. Anyways, that all being said, I think that they'll give their head a shake. Smith will hope. It's almost better if Smith has a bad game tonight and they throw Rittich in. Because then nobody can blame them, right? Even the players are like, okay, yeah, you got to go with Rittich. And then Rittich plays well. And if that's the case, when you've got, okay, let's look at Colorado's defense here. Samuel Girard, Eric Johnson, Nikita Zadorov, and Tyson Barrie as your top four. That is not a top-notch top four. Samuel Girard is turning into one, not there yet. Nikita Zadorov has been pushed by the coach quite a bit, even sat. Has played well down the stretch. This is really Zadorov's opportunity to show that he's a top four defenseman in these playoffs. He really needs to bring it. And if he does, because Zadorov has a lot of great qualities that can make him a very good defenseman if he puts his mind to it, this top four isn't that bad. He's the weak link in the top four, sort of. Samuel Girard's never been in the playoffs before, but he's been improving all year long. In fact, improving since they got him. Ian Cole and Patrick Nemeth on the as your 5-6 is fairly serviceable. But when you look at Calgary's defense, you've got Giordano and TJ Brody already. They're blowing them away. Hanifin and Travis Hamonic in your 3-4 spot is fantastic. Hamonic was going through some difficult times there early when he came to Calgary and in the island, I guess his family issues or whatever the case may be. But the second half of this season, I've been watching him. He's been fantastic. And then you have Rasmus Andersson. Rasmus Andersson has been playing so well, I'd almost put Hamonic down here. The reason why he probably is not is because Rasmus Andersson is kind of a puck mover like Hanifin is. Maybe not as highly offensive, and they like to keep a guy like they have Oscar Fantenberg with Anderson. Peters like that old school defensive guy with offensive guy, defensive guy with offensive guy. Regardless, this is a fantastic top six, and as long as either Smith plays out of his head all of a sudden, or they put Rittich in, it should be enough to beat Colorado. Looking at the forwards, really quick here. Goudreau, Monahan, and Lindholm, that line, even if they put the Rantanen line together, that line can do a lot of damage. The Kachuk, Backlund, and Frolik, a little bit of a drop-off, but a very good second line. Bennett, Jankowski, and Neal, that's an odd line. I'd almost call this your second line, and the Kachuk line almost your third as far as what they do, because the Kachuk, Backlund, Frolik line are going to be playing against the other team's top lines. And then Mangiapane, I don't know how to say it, Derek Ryan and Garnet Hathaway. I would take that line over Colorado's fourth. Overall, that depth on that lineup, and I'll go to Colorado's real quick, that depth on that lineup is going to be better than most people in the league, and certainly better than like Nieto, Brassard, and Comfer. Although I really like Comfer, I think he's going to be a fantastic player. He's a little young yet, hasn't reached his peak. And Tyson Jost they have on the fourth line, which is, I would put Brassard there and Jost up on the third, but who am I? Overall, it's just a little too green right now. I think they're going to give Calgary a good go. I think it'll probably be in 6, but I'm taking Calgary. That's my full 42%, boys and girls. Have a great day, and lots of love to you.